Hi Flosstube, my name is Marty and I go by Triple M Stitching here on the internet. Hi, it's been a while since I posted a video again. Yeah, I didn't mean to take a super long break, just life happened, and I'll give you a little life update here in a second. But first, thanks for clicking on my video. Sorry the lighting isn't perfect. Just filming before work whenever I can fit this in. So we're sacrificing lighting for timing a little bit today. But yeah, I'm excited to be filming this video. I took a little bit of a break from stitching and I'm back and excited about it now. So I want to share some works in progress with you, 2 fully finished objects, and then some stash acquisitions from some cool places local to me that I'll chat about, and then I have 2 books to chat about, and I'll wrap it up then. So let's get going, I suppose. Well, my works in progress and my whips, are my whips, but are kind of overlapping with my fully finished objects. So let's get the FFOs out of the way first. And I guess that kind of brings me also to life update, especially this first one. So one of the reasons I took a little break was, first we moved. We were able to buy a beautiful house and we are very blessed to be here, but that was a big process, packing and then moving and then closing and all the stuff that comes with relocating and unpacking. And so yeah, and then the second, which is what I've been looking at off screen, has been we adopted a kitty cat. His name is Finn, or Finnegan, and he is currently staring at birds out the window. So if I look off the screen, he is probably just distracting me or being cute. He might walk by. I have the phone and the computer propped up here, and he likes to walk across any and all devices, so he may appear. But he is a Russian blue, and we got him from a shelter, so he's probably a mix. But yeah, he's beautiful, and we love him so much. And he's very soft and cuddly. And he's probably about 8 months old, so he still has some high energy moments. But yeah, he's a very good kitty. So a lot of time just adjusting to him. We got him around the holidays, so a busy time where I wasn't stitching much, and then just adjusting to having a new cat, and he likes being a lap cat. But he has adjusted to sitting on my lap, or my husband's lap, while either of us cross stitches. So that's been a good development as of recently. So this first fully finished object has been a start and a finish since I chatted with you last. It is from the Doreen Jones Facebook group. She does Friday freebies, and they're always very cute. And so this is one of those patterns. It was free. I changed the colors up a little bit. There's a glass glare, so I'll try and angle it down. But yeah, so it's 2 cute kitties, and then they're sitting on an armchair, and they have some tea and a plant. The chair in the called for pattern, I think, was also a shade of blue, but we have a chair, this mustard color. It is Finnegan's favorite chair, and so I changed it in honor of him. And then I made the cat on the bottom gray in honor of him. The top cat is just an imaginary friend for him, I guess, or the cat that comes to the window, and they, I think, chat through the window sometimes. So I'm really happy about this. I got this frame at a local thrift store, and the fabric, I believe, is 14 count vintage country mocha or something along those lines. It's slightly modeled. It's kind of hard to tell in the little frame. But yeah, very happy with this. I'm going to bring it to work today. Oh, another life update. I started working like in a fuller time capacity at my job. I work in libraries and archives. That's my field. And I was able, to go full time in my department. And so I've been working more, which has been great. I love my team. I love the work. And so it's been really good to adjust to that. But I have my very own large desk area thing now. And so I wanted to have some cross stitches to display. I think this will be perfect. A lot of my coworkers are cat lovers and cross stitch lovers, actually. So I think that'll be a good thing to bring in, and kind of, it's just all gray right now, so I need to add some of my own touch. And then the second thing is a pattern, or it's a kit from Dimensions called Be a Light. I was working on this in some of my previous videos, if you watched those. And yeah, it was a kit from Dimensions, and I just used all the kit materials, and I brought this as my work project when I started full time and I had a lunch break a few weeks ago now, and I was able to bring in a project and work on it usually it doesn't take me that long to eat, so I was able to get like 40 minutes of work on it, and I was able to get a lot of progress on this. And then I finished it yesterday at home. I brought it home to kind of do some of the fiddly final details, and then I framed it this morning. So this is, hold on, okay, Be a Light from Dimensions. I'm hoping this will be my screen grab. But yeah, it's a full kit, all the kit materials. I got this frame at the same thrift store. I love thrift store frames, they're like $1. And this really worked out because when I was thinking about, when I saw this piece like online first, someone was doing it on Instagram, I just kind of pictured like a gray distressed frame, and then I just found the perfect one. So I'll try and get a little closer. So this last jar was really what I had to do, and then some of the surrounding background areas, like the leaves and things. And so I worked on that at work, and then this is all backstitched words in 4 strands of the floss, and that was difficult. My fingers hurt from pulling the needle through, but I think it turned out really well. Let me try and get a good glare-free photo there. The colors are really pretty. They just really seem to pop, and they do look like they're electric. So I'm very happy with this one. It was a really fun kit. It was my first Dimensions kit. I have 2 others. I'm thinking about doing a kit parade on my channel sometime soon-ish. Maybe my next video, maybe the one after. Yeah, because I have some really cool kits, and I'm trying to work on finishing up some of my older whips, and I want to kind of evaluate what kits and other charts I have kitted up that I might want to start next. So I might make that video a priority on my channel. I think I may have done one when I first started a while back, but even just for my sake, I want to get things out and play with them and see what I got going on. So those are my 2 fully finished objects, which having 2 is kind of big for me. I don't always finish things right away as I stitch them. I do have a bag full of finished objects that I need to work on doing something with. But following that up, if we're going back to my oldest whip from the last time we spoke, it would definitely be this one. This, I don't have the cover photo with me, I apologize. It is by Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. It's a freebie. I'm super nearly done, so you'll get a good sense of what it looks like even without a cover photo. But here it is. Super cute house with the American flag and some quilting details on it, and then a cat, a bee skep or 2, some flowers. Mary Poppins needle minder is my own from, I think, Mad for Minders, I think. But yeah, I do have some more things to add in detail-wise, but this one is not too far away from being done, so I think this is going to be my next priority to work on at home. I think what I'm going to do going forward is have like a work project and a home project. And then like for the Dimensions one, I brought it home to do the back stitching. And then if that needs to happen in the future, I think that was a good system. So I think I'll keep going with that. But I would like to have this one done by Memorial Day and maybe turned into something for Memorial Day. That would be amazing because I started it last year on Memorial Day. How many times can I say that? But yeah, I'm really happy with this. This, I believe, is a 28 count even weave by MCG Textiles in mushroom or something like that. Randomly, I talked about it before. MCG Textiles used to be sold at Hobby Lobby and some other places. And their linen, if it says linen, it's pretty uneven. But if it says even weave, it's pretty even. And I really like it because it's really thick and not like very flimsy or too soft, which is my preferred way to stitch. But unfortunately, that brand is no longer sold, but sometimes I can find it reasonably on eBay, so I have to go do a search there because I haven't in a while. But yeah, it's a pretty basic like beige color. So I think that will be a finish next time I make a video, unless something extenuating happens or another whip just really grabs me. And then I have pulled out a whip that is one of my favorites as well. I do have a cover photo for this one. This work in progress was inspired by an older video from Stitchin' Mommy on YouTube. And she posted this pattern that she had done it in the past, and I fell in love with it. And so I looked for it on eBay and I found it. And I didn't realize at the time, it wasn't clear from the eBay listing that I purchased that it was from a Leisure book. Like I think somebody just ripped it out of a book and then sold the pattern. Yeah, which is not the best practice, obviously, but I haven't been able to find the exact book that it would have come from. Here is the cover photo. It's called Life's a Beach, and it's just some fabulous bears lounging on the beach. It's a special selection. It's on page 12 of a Leisure Arts book. And yeah, the pattern I have does not indicate what book this was. So if anybody knows, I'd love to give that book credit, but I do not know at this time. I am doing this on a 28 count Jubilee in mint green from Zweigart, which is another fabric that I also love, but I think is discontinued. Sad day. But I do find Jubilee on eBay sometimes, and I snatch them up when I can because I love them. This one's still hanging out in the hoop, but I'll unwind the fabric. So here we are in this one. Last time you saw it, I probably just was stopping around here, but now I've added in the lifeguard in part of the towel for the third and final bear. And there they are. If you heard a meow, that was Finn. He's wandering around. But I really love this one, and I think this one won't take too long. I like having a paper pattern at work because I don't have to worry about a device or charging it or anything like that. But, sorry, Finn just jumped up here. But, yeah, I don't have to worry about charging it or anything like that. So, happy with that. And I think that won't take too much longer. I do have to do the words and one more palm tree. And for some reason, like the palm tree just took me a really long time last time. I do not know why. But that is my last work in progress to show you for this video. So let me pack that up. Meow. I have been enjoying like working on these works in progress that have been on the go for a while, and that's been fun. I need to kind of go through my box of whips and my box of bags and things like that and see what other whips might need to be wrapped up soon. Kind of in that same vein, last time I was updating, I was using this planner to keep track of my stitching plans and my whip list and what I worked on each day. Like here is this was March of last year. I had like every day, and then I would write down what I worked on, if it was a new start, if it was a finish. I did this through August of last year. And then that was when we started buying the house and things like that, and I changed jobs. And I would keep goals, and I really liked that. I purchased this because I had a cross-stitch bullet journal that when we moved from Maryland, I lost that. I knew it wasn't lost forever because it had to be somewhere in a box packed away. I have since found that. My cross-stitch journal returns. And so I think I am going to, sometime this week, go ahead and start setting up my bullet journal again the way I like it. Just kind of looking at my works in progress list from the last time I made one. Let me pull it up. Yeah, I think this was my most recent one. I made this in June of last year, and I had 12 works in progress, and I have finished one. I think some of these might become unfinished objects or UFOs. Thinking mostly about Scarlet Witch. That's one. That's a Marvel pattern that I haven't worked on in so long, and I'm just not super worried about it anymore. Like I just don't really think it's something that I'll keep going on. But there are others like Winter Sampler and Sunflower Street, and I know offhand that those two could be finished really quickly. So I think I'm gonna migrate this whip list into my cross-stitch bullet journal that I'm very excited has come back, or I have found again. It was always packed away. Let me show you like an example of how I used this. So like this is February of 2022. So I would draw out a calendar, and then I would have goals at the bottom, some plans on the side, and then I would highlight starts and finishes, and then I would keep track of what I worked on each day and when I filmed videos, things like that. And then I had a cute little whip list that I would highlight when I finished them. So that is very exciting to have found this again. It looks like I was working on a challenge from Facebook or something before, but we have a blank page and we will be starting that this week. As long as I can remember how to draw the calendar and things with my pens. So that is gonna be on the docket to do soon, and hopefully I can get back into that. I really miss using my journal in that way. So the last thing I have to chat about is, so I have two more things. I have stash acquisitions and then 2 books. The first round of things will be things, I'm not sure if I showed you or not. I have a bag of stuff here that I've been acquiring. I think I may have shown some of this before, but I'm just gonna run through it really quick. Yeah, here we go. So, hi Finn. There's my kitty. Hi, baby. Are you gonna come up? There's his tail. The first is, there you go, Finn. I saw this pattern on a Facebook group. Or no, yeah, it was like one of those like random suggested Facebook posts that I don't know how they decide to give you. One thing that has also been taking away from my stitching time a little bit has been, I've been really into baking, and I got really into milling my own whole wheat flour. And so I saw this booklet of patterns. It's called, hi Finn. Are you gonna be a bother? Hi. Hi. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you, bub. You can come over here. It's called Buttermilk Biscuits. Sorry, I don't know what I was saying. And it has, this is the pattern I'm looking for here. It says whole wheat flour. It's really hard to see because it's so small on this and there's no other illustration of it. But yeah, it's like a kind of like the design on a flour sack supposed to be. But the person who I saw do it, just did it in a frame and framed it really similarly to how I framed Be a Light. So that's my plan for that one. I want to hang it in my kitchen near all my wheat. And then the second pattern that I got on the internet, on eBay, was Scriptures of Thanksgiving by Leisure Art. It's Leisure Art's leaflet number 2497. So it's some really pretty Thanksgiving themed scriptures, or maybe some of them are scriptures, some of them are just sayings. But the one I was interested in was this one right here in this green mat. Hi Finn, you helping again? It says, give thanks, okay. Finn, this is not a professional operation. It says, give thanks to the Lord, for his loving kindness is everlasting, and has like fruits and things around it. So it is autumn themed, but it doesn't have like a cornucopia or anything that's like overtly Thanksgiving, so I think it could stay up for the whole season. And then there's a local cross stitch store near me called let me throw Finn a toy, called Panda Crossing, and it's a great local needlework shop, and I've been a couple times, and let's see, I think my only purchase I have to show right now from there is this cute little Mill Hill kit called Spring Bouquet. It's a Spring Bouquet collection milk can, and that shop has a lot of the models stitched up and in the store, like displayed. And so this is one that I would say it was cute by seeing it just in the cover photo, but seeing the model stitched was like, it just changed the game. And so that's what actually made me purchase it. Yeah, so I don't know who stitches that for them, but they have a lot of them beautifully hung up on a tree and hanging up on the wall, and it's very fun to go in there. And the the next local place I have a stash acquisition from is a place called Recraft, and it's like a craft thrift store. That's it's kind of a drive, but it's a little, well, it's not little anymore. They actually just moved to a new building. It's basically, you can donate your old craft supplies and they sell it like a thrift store, but everything in there is specifically to be used for crafting. They have paper punches and fabric and sewing machines and random odds and ends that you could make into mosaics, and just it goes on and on. And so I got some fabric and a few things like that I don't have to show because they have been incorporated into the collection. But I did get a package of waist canvas from Recraft. It's 14 count. I've never used waist canvas before. A friend and I went and we both got some, so maybe we can experiment together. I don't know what I want to use it on yet, or use like stitch with it. But I'm excited to have some. It was 50 cents. And then they had a Lizzie Kate pattern pair of pilgrims that I might kind of change. Like there's like a pecan pie or something button that goes on the woman, and I really kind of just want to do the woman. And so I might change it to be just more autumn themed and take away some of the Thanksgiving things. I don't know. Time will tell. But those are some cool finds from that shop. And I think that's everything stitching related to show you and update you on. When it comes to plans for stitching, yeah, really just those old whips and then kind of see where the wind takes me. But yeah, to wrap up, let's talk about 2 books that I just checked out from the library. The first is a book I've read before, but my mom was talking about a book about Dietrich Bonhoeffer that she was reading, and that made me remember that I read this book and I wanted to read it again. It's a a young adult biography on Dietrich Bonhoeffer called The Faithful Spy. It's actually a graphic novel as well, or it is a graphic novel, but it's pretty text heavy. Like that's Jesse Owens. Here's just a page. There's a lot of text on the pages as well, so it's a really cool book, and it's really interesting, and it's a really good historical read for any ages, not just young adults. So if you're interested in World War II, kind of resistance stories, Dietrich Bonhoeffer, anything like that, that's a good one to check out. And then I haven't read this one yet. I've read like 4 pages. It's a new juvenile book, but it's pretty big. It's called Little Pilgrim's Progress. Oops, it's pretty big. And it is a retelling of Pilgrim's Progress, but the characters are like woodland creatures, and there are illustrations inside. It says, ever since the publication of The Pilgrim's Progress in 1678, readers have delighted in John Bunyan's insightful allegory of the Christian life. Little Pilgrim's Progress updated this work for younger readers, brought its treasury of wisdom nearer to children's hearts and minds. This version preserves the original plotline of the classic while telling the story of little Christian and Christiana in a way that kids can understand. So I haven't read it. I can't like recommend it, but I was curious to see if maybe anybody else has read it. I think it came out kind of recently, so excited to try those. And on that note, Finn is knocking things off the dining room table, so I think I'm gonna go get that cleaned up and then head to work. But thank you for watching this. I have missed being on Flosstube. I miss chatting with y'all, and I am grateful to be back.